Hello. I left YouTube for a year and a half, and here's where I've been. I'm gonna be honest, it feels incredibly strange to be talking to my camera. I haven't talked to my camera in a year and a half. I mean, I've talked to my phone still every day, like on Instagram, but to sit here and record a video feels strange. First thing being first, I want to address the reason why I left YouTube for a year and a half. I left YouTube for a lot of reasons, but the main reason being that YouTube became an idol for me. And anything that I recognize as an idol, I am immediately going to speak with the Lord about it and depart from that in whatever capacity that looks like in that season or with that thing. So YouTube being, the Lord revealing it to me as an idol, I was like, all right, done with this for right now, Lord. Like, I haven't been creating content to glorify you. I've just been creating content with this just idolization of views and idolization of it being about me. And yeah, it just felt icky, and it had felt icky for a while, but I just kept pushing through because I convinced myself that I had to, and that's what idolization does. So I stepped back. I stepped back for that reason. Like, I don't need another reason other than that, and I hope you guys understand that I was just listening to the Holy Spirit say, I need you to step back and I need you to look at me because you've been looking at yourself. And He's so gracious and kind to lovingly convict me about those things. And as hard as it was to just kind of quit YouTube for a little bit, it also wasn't hard because I was like, Lord, all right, I don't want to do something that's not glorifying you. The other reason being that I was pregnant, and I knew even before I was pregnant that I did not want to share my pregnancy. I don't really feel the need to go in depth of why I chose to not share my pregnancy, other than Holy Spirit made it really clear that this pregnancy was supposed to be my family's, and just be cherished and celebrated in that way. And it didn't make it any less beautiful and glorifying to the Lord and redemptive and all of the things, in contrast to the pregnancy that I shared with Azariah, because his whole pregnancy was very public because it was supposed to be, because the Lord told me and made it very clear then that I was supposed to share his pregnancy. But He also made it very clear for me with Micaiah that I was not supposed to. I can't even tell you how glad I am and thankful I am that I listened and I yielded to Him in that way, because it was so healing for me to keep that as ours. So I'm actually going to make an entire separate video about my pregnancy with Micaiah and all of the things that the Lord did, because I've shared some of them on Instagram over the past 6 months since he's been born, but there's some other things that I would just like to kind of do a story time of my pregnancy, to give you guys some of the things that I feel confident in sharing that happened during my pregnancy. That's the first big update, is that I was pregnant and I had a baby. He's now 6, almost 7 months old, and he is joy. In a human, he is joy. Getting pregnant with Micaiah was the start of a lot of redeeming that the Lord was going to do throughout my pregnancy. And when I say redeeming, again, I'll share this in the video about my pregnancy, but there was a lot of trauma, obviously, that happened with my pregnancy with Azariah, and just things that I knew even when I was pregnant with Azariah, that the Lord, the suffering and the pain and the things that I went through in that pregnancy that were also incredibly beautiful. I knew that the Lord was going to He was going to redeem the pain and the trauma that I also experienced in that pregnancy. It wasn't going to cancel out the beauty of what happened in Azariah's pregnancy and all that the Lord did in that. It was going to add to it, and it definitely did. So I'm going to insert some footage of actually finding out that I was pregnant with Micaiah. I have this footage and I just have never shared it. of just me finding out. Well, not me, well, kind of me, but the cool thing is that when we decided that we were going to start trying for another baby, the Lord had healed my body so significantly and fully from all of my chronic illness and all of the things that I had been struggling with for years and years and years. I had become so in tune with my body and my cycle and just knowing my body so well that I knew the exact day that I ovulated. I knew the exact length of how my cycles were going to be because they were so consistent. I knew that I was pregnant when I actually was. I was so in tune with my body that I could feel changes already happening, and also I'd already been pregnant before, so I knew some of the things to look for and some of the ways that I would feel, and so I just knew. But the footage that I'm going to show you is cool because I actually asked Craig if he would find out first before me. I don't know why, I just thought that it would be really sweet if he found out that I was pregnant and then told me. So what I did was that Friday, that morning, I took a test, didn't look at it, and then I went to my parents' house and got my hair done and was there the whole day. And so I told him, when you get off of work and you get home, you look at the pregnancy test and you find out if I'm pregnant or not. And either way, you be the one to tell me.
I just remembered that Lexi told me that when I got home, I had to check the pregnancy test that she took. And I forgot. I was mid-workout when I realized I forgot because I hadn't been in the bathroom yet. So I'm getting ready to look at it. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, I couldn't get it to focus, but it says pregnant. We're having a baby. What? Honestly, I should have stopped at the store to get something to tell her what in a better way, but I don't have any creative way. I have an idea in mind. I don't know if it'll work. So I guess I'll stop working out and try to pull that off. It's crazy that this is all happening. We just had a conversation about this not even a week ago about once we started trying if, how we wanted to tell each other. If she wanted to tell me or if she wanted me to tell her. So I think it's kind of cool that I'm the one getting to announce it to her, but I thought I was going to have a lot more time to plan something. So here is what she's going to see when she walks in the door. And I think I know how. I think I'm going to go out and start taking apart one of the pallets I have that I'm going to use to build his toddler bed. So I'm going to say, hey, I have a concern about something, positioning a toddler bed or something. I say, here, let me show you. And then when she walks through the room, she'll see this.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that I, for the 5th time, have to wash that laundry again. This morning I woke up and it was the first thing I thought about. I said, we need to go, I need to make sure before I leave I need to do that. I know! I washed it again, but I did not. I knew it! I knew it!
I know, you got it.
Oh, yay! Not as much of a shock because I knew it. The next update is that I am no longer selling Young Living. For about a year and a half, I was a brand partner with Young Living and loved my time doing that. I loved the people that I met. I loved challenging myself in that way. I loved having so many people learn about not just like essential oils, but learn about how to take care of their bodies by paying attention to what they're putting on their bodies and putting in their bodies, and just learning about different toxins and stuff. It's something I'm still so passionate about and I still share about. But I decided last year, a little bit later into the year, that I was no longer going to be pursuing growth in a business with Young Living. I'm still considered a brand partner. I still have a team under me a little bit, but I'm not running it. I'm not trying to grow it. I still order 1 to 2 things a month, that like oils that I'm out of, or thieves or cough drops, whatever it is. I still place an order, but I just am no longer selling Young Living. So there were some things that I just didn't agree with that were happening in the business itself, and since I wasn't sure exactly what to do with some of the things that the ways that I was feeling, the things that I was feeling, I just was like, all right, Lord, it's probably best if I just stop trying to pursue anything with this right now, and just kind of talk to you and listen to you and see what you have to say about this before I do anything else or move on. And I just have not felt peace since then to continue to grow. So I don't have any hard feelings for anything related to Young Living. Over the last year and a half, I really haven't pursued YouTube, podcasting, or Young Living. So what I've been doing is raising my children and serving my husband and making our home and growing deeper relationship with the Lord and building community here in my town. And it's been so good. I felt that the Lord really, really wanted me over the year of 2022 to put my effort, my gifts, my talents, my attention, all of that on being a mother and on my home. And I'm so grateful for that, because I love to do that. I love being a mom more than anything else. And so being able to spend the last year and a half doing that, which is not going to decrease anymore just because I'm starting YouTube again, it just has taught me how much value I do have in our home. Doing anything outside of what He has told me to do, or what He has given me the direction, the authority, the provision, the endurance, all of those things to pursue, is just striving, and it's just fleshly, and I don't want to do that, because none of that is fruitful. I want to glorify God, and I want to do what He tells me to do. I finally feel the grace to do YouTube again and do it to the capacity that still allows me to be a mother and take care of my home and not get in a hurry to do too much, you know? And the last update that I want to share with you guys is that I still love thrifting. I love it so much. I find so much joy out of taking clothes that were once loved and using them for myself, or taking stuff at the thrift store and bringing it into my home and using it in my home as decor, because pretty much everything in my house is thrifted to some degree, or secondhand, whether it's from Marketplace or an actual thrift store or given to me by somebody. And I love it because I love making my home beautiful without spending so much unnecessary money on things that are brand new. Would it look a lot better if it was brand new? Of course, but not everybody has the capacity to do that. And so it's just a gift I feel like the Lord has given me to make our home and bless our home with beautiful things, but also honor our budget, you know? With thrifting, my current postpartum body is a lot different than it has been even after Azariah and before Azariah. I mean, I think every single time I have a baby, my postpartum body is going to feel different. It's going to be different. And so rather than sulking in this spiral of self-pity and what's the word that I'm trying to look for? Just like allowing the enemy to keep getting in my head about the way that my body looks and focusing so much on my body. That I've spent so much of my life focusing on the way that my body looks that I refuse to give it any more negative space in my head. I'm active in asking the Lord to help me want to nourish my body, to help me want to take care of my body. But I know that the clothes that I had before I had Micaiah, a lot of them don't feel good on me anymore. And so I don't have hundreds and hundreds of extra dollars to spend on brand new high quality clothing, and a lot of other people don't either. And so I have made an effort recently to get pieces in my closet to build a lenient capsule wardrobe. I'm still building it. I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like for me personally, but it's been really fun to thrift some of the items that I have for my capsule wardrobe, that all these pieces flow really well together, and they're really beautiful, and they're higher quality. Like this set that I have is from Amazon, but I have worn these pants and this shirt with so many different combinations because my wardrobe is muted, it's neutral. I don't get anxiety when I'm looking at my clothes anymore. I actually, a couple weeks ago, over the last couple of weeks, I've gotten rid of like half to 75% of my clothes because they didn't flow well, they didn't fit my body, they didn't make me feel comfortable. I got rid of them, I donated them, or I sold them. And it just made room to actually get pieces that I felt good in and that I look good in, and I think I look good in. I want to feel feminine, and then I want to feel like my clothes are functional, but they're also beautiful and they flow well. And so I've had a lot of fun doing that with getting thrifted pieces, secondhand pieces, sometimes finding a higher quality piece of clothing, like a dress or something that I can wear both like in all seasons. Like, it's just been really fun for me to do that because I've never really taken the time to find my style. I've always just, when I go to the thrift store, I've just grabbed a piece of something that like was cute but wasn't my style. Do you know what I mean? So I had all these thrifted pieces of clothes in my closet that I wouldn't really pull that often. And so I found them being cute hanging in my closet but not wearing them. And so it was just taking up space, and I was being one of those people going in my closet saying, I don't have anything to wear when I have so many clothes. So I got rid of all the things that I haven't pulled for a while, and I've been slowly doing that. And so again, since I love doing that, I decided to, which I haven't even announced this on Instagram yet. At this point, I haven't announced it, but I'm starting a secondhand capsule wardrobe page on Instagram. And the whole point is just like to help people like me who don't have tons and tons of money to spend on a whole new wardrobe, but that want clothing that flow together, and that when you walk in your closet, you're not overwhelmed and anxious or picking your body apart. So I'm taking my growing love of capsule wardrobe functionality, minimalism, neutralism, I don't know if that's a word, with thrifting, and I'm putting them together, and I just hope that it blesses people and helps even grow this love for other people to want to simplify their wardrobe and also secondhand shop because it's so fun. The Instagram page is called Alabaster Collective, and that name came about just because the Lord's been talking to me over and over and over and over again about living my life like Mary at the feet of Jesus, just sitting with my Savior and listening to what he has to say to me and living my life at his feet, living there, doing everything that I have been given to do from there, because that's what we're all called to do. It's the best place to be. It's the only place to be. Since the Lord has been speaking to me so much about that, and the alabaster jar and what that signifies, I want my life to be a pleasing fragrance to the Lord. And so I just came up with the name Alabaster Collective. There's not really more of a deeper meaning behind it than that. And it's not just going to be a page about capsule wardrobe thrifted pieces, but that's going to be the main focus. I think, if I find some really cute home decor pieces, I'll share those too. But thank you guys for your support on anything that I do like that. I could not do the things that I'm doing without you guys. I just think back to like, if you've been here since I started selling merch from the very beginning of my fitness channel or my fitness page, and how many people supported me with my merch. I was just reminded about that because I just sold one of the pieces of merch that I had in my closet that I hadn't pulled in a while. I just sold it. So many people who had bought my merch back when I sold it for the first time messaged me saying that they still wear theirs. And I was like, oh my gosh, Lord, like, thank you that there is such a supportive community behind me. A short update on Azariah is that he is 3.5. I think he's closer to 4 now than he is 3.5, and that makes me emotional. And I can't talk about it too much because I'll probably cry. And he is obsessed with Micaiah. Actually, I think it's Micaiah's more obsessed with Azariah, but nobody can make Micaiah laugh or smile the way that Azariah can. Like, Azariah will just walk into the room and Micaiah's face will beam with joy, and he giggles and he laughs at him, and Azariah loves making him laugh, like just doing silly things. He doesn't even have to try very hard, but just doing silly things. It's like, I pray every day that the bond that they have currently, and I've prayed since I got pregnant with Micaiah, that this bond would just continue to grow and grow and grow. And Micaiah is not like able to play yet. Obviously, he's only 6, almost 7 months, but he just is I can see wanting to do more things with Azariah and like be near him more and just wanting to know what he's doing. So that's really cool to see, and I'm excited to watch their friendship grow and their bond grow. My guy jumps, guys. He jumps and he runs and he climbs. He does everything, and he's fast, and he'll tell you he's fast. Thank you, Jesus. He is such a fun little boy. He loves farm animals. He loves gorillas. We recently went to the Toledo Zoo and lived his best life. His biggest dream was to see gorillas in person, and we got to. He just loves to do anything mundane with me. Like, he likes to help me with dishes. He likes to help me bake. He likes to help me make food. He's just a helper for sure. There's not an update really on his spina bifida other than we go back for his sedated MRI in September. So that's something that we're really praying about, because we're going to get some answers to some other things at that appointment too. It'll be a pretty big, significant, actually very big and significant appointment. So a lot of prayers for that. But that's really the update on him. I have 2 boys, guys. 2 boys. And I get to partner with Craig to train them and raise them unto the Lord. It is an honor to be these boys' mother. An honor. That's pretty much all. Perfect timing because Micaiah is awake. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited to be back. I hope that this video was just fun to hear a little bit of an update on some of the things that have been going on in my life. Thank you for caring about my life and caring about what the Lord's doing in our family. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.